Hello and welcome back to another video, and I'm hoping this is the last time I have to talk about George Cropper. Back in November I made a video about how he tried to throw false copyright strikes at my channel, and he threw like about 4, 2 of which were put through by YouTube, but yeah, if all 4 had come through at the same time, that would have just killed my channel until I finally got it sorted out. But they were false copyright strikes, and when I appealed them, I got them all sorted out anyway, but I didn't want to highlight the fact I had so many at the time. I think I said I had 1 at the time, because another 1 or 2, and your channel's just complete toast. Anyway, but apart from the false copyright strikes, he did more than that. He tried to sue me. So we're going to see how that went. And I will just say, anyone who sides with George Cropper, if that is his real name, clue, it isn't, is a grade A clown. And I can't begin to imagine what you have in your head instead of brains. So I made the meat of this video in November, but I had to wait until Money Claim Online finally dealt with it just recently, and so yeah, I just had to wait until I could post a video and then add a conclusion to it. Apologies for any coughing. I wasn't too well at the time of making this, but I did try to turn away from the mic at every available opportunity. Oh, and also forgot who the alleged picture of George Cropper actually is while making the video. But I later looked it up. It's some random bloke on Facebook called Dan Pearl. So where we pick up on this, the first part of this video, there's a little bit of chat from maybe about a minute or so from the end of the November video before I just get into the next part, because I think I got to a point where I said I was just about to talk about it, but then I had to stop it and I put the NDA thing that DJC use when he just like, NDA, I can't talk about the Amico I'm testing, the foot bath. Yeah, so there'll be a little bit of extra, about a minute's worth of chat, I think, before we pick up where we left off. Yeah, and if you want to know what the backdrop is, just a bit of a random backdrop at the start of the video. Playing through GoldenEye 007 on the Xbox Game Pass. And the first time I've ever played it, and I absolutely love it. Just where's it been all my life? Well, on the wrong console, obviously. So I don't know why they haven't just ported it across to other consoles in the meantime. And I did play the Xenia, a couple of levels of the Xenia thing, the emulator thing, where they made it look a lot better, a proper remake. And why we didn't get that on the Xbox or Game Pass, I don't know. So this one looks a bit of a mess by comparison, but it's still fun to go through. Anyways, let's go. So I've just been trying to look it up, but the picture of who this is, I forget now. Someone has told me, and I have looked it up and confirmed what they said. I'm sorry if anyone knows who it is. Please comment below. I've completely forgotten who it is who told me, and my brain's like a sieve, don't get old, and who the person is and how they told me to search for it. Of course, I can't find it via a search on, it was a few weeks ago now, I can't find it via a search on Google now, just with what I thought it was before. Oh, where's my brain gone? Anyway, so that's not George Cropper. I don't know what George Cropper looks like, and I don't really want to know. But he's complaining that I'm using his photo, yet that's not a photo of him anyway, and his name isn't George Cropper. So, yeah. So we got the 2 copyright strikes sorted out, and then these strikes, they just told him to fuck off. So good on YouTube for doing that. They actually came through for me. But he didn't stop there, because we had more shenanigans. He went to Money Claim Online, which is this government service where, for some reason, he's claiming £185. View the amount breakdown. I did get a letter about this at the same time, and by the time I think I've got until Wednesday of this week, 16th of November, to respond to it. I'm recording this on the Monday. I might put it up later in the week. I might put it up Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even a bit later in the week. I don't know at the moment, because I'm trying to do some Atari stuff as well. Anyways, so we have unauthorized usage of video content, £150. Claim fee £35. So Yeah, it's quite cheap to submit one of these. So when they eventually knock this out of the park, then he'll lose out on his £35. So why he thinks it's worth it, I don't know. But yeah, it's quite a cheap way if you think you are going to get money back, because if they found in his favour, I would have to pay it. But they're not going to. Anyway, unauthorised usage of video content, £150. How does he arrive at that figure? They don't. So let's have a look. The defendant is submitted to using 4 of my copyright works, being films and images, defined by blah, 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 blah. The videos that he's used, now these 4 that he's referred to there are the ones which I've just shown it, and it's in this order as well. So the first 2 are the 2 copyright strikes which he said, so that one and that one, the copyright strikes which they went ahead with and which I had to defend. And then the third one was the one that they threw out before it even came to me. And then the thumbnail of the picture of him, supposedly, which is not him. I assert that the circumstances of the defendant's uses of my works do not support any possible defence under blah blah blah, which has plainly resulted in the loss as stated, for which something 96 of the Act allows recovery calculated in line with Sheldon versus Daybrook House. Blah, I've no idea what was going on there. Further, the defendant's willful disregard of cease and desist notices issued on blah blah blah. He's not issued any cease and desist notices. May create additional liability under blah 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 blah. Per absolute loss versus artisan home improvements. I've no idea what these cases are, but he's got his bee in a bonnet about something. Anyways, timeline 29th of August 2022. Wasn't that Judgment Day? That's a timeline. Submitted takedown request for my video that was uploaded containing my content without permission. Video also contained defamatory content with regards to myself and my business and was not fair dealings. Well, I didn't get any email about that. So, fuck knows what he's on about there. 18th of October, submitted takedown requests for my video that was uploaded containing my content without permission. Video also contained defamatory content with regards to myself and business and was not fair dealings. And then he seems to have done it the same day, the next day as well. So maybe these are the 2. I don't know. Well, I've had 4 thrown at me anyway. He just seems to just be throwing at them on a whim with nothing better to do. Maybe he's throwing them out on the 18th and they're taking a day or 2 to reach me. I don't know. The 19th, uploader created a counter notification on YouTube platform. They are refusing to remove the content, and what's more, have made subsequent videos that contain harassment and defamation relating to the situation, which have resulted in me proceeding with this legal action. 22nd of October, uploader made a video defaming me and discussing me in both the video itself and its comments. The thumbnail for the video, which is still active as the date of submission of this complaint, contains a thumbnail image that was made by myself, for which the uploader has not sought permission, nor have they credited the image. So, 22nd of October, submitted takedown requests for defamation video on the grounds that the uploader used the video thumbnail, which was created by me and no permission was sought or guaranteed. So, apologies if you're just sort of listening to this and hoping that you don't have to look at the picture. My voice is gone, excuse me. Because I normally try and, if I'm reading stuff off the screen, I try and talk a bit slowly. But it's basically, he's issuing false copyright strikes. Because I know myself, I like to just listen to videos if I don't need to look at it all the time. Yeah, it's just basically issuing false copyright strikes several times, and for the thumbnail, which I've gone into, and so on and so on. So you don't need to rewind the video and read everything on the screen if you're not looking at it right at this moment. You can do if you want to, of course. Anyways. Oh. Okay, now at this point in the video, I will put up, you'll be probably looking at gameplay now, because it's either that or a blank screen. Because there's personal information from him, and presumably mine comes along as well. First off, he issues evidence. Type of evidence: letters, emails, and other correspondence. Description from YouTube regarding the initial claim / takedown submission. Copyright infringement notification confirmation. Thank you for your submission. It's under review to ensure all it's valid and includes all required elements. We will reply to this email when we've taken action on your request. You can also check on the status of your takedown request in the Removal Request tab, which is found in the copyright section of your channel. Because if you make videos, that's part of the YouTube Studio. I get an awful lot of videos that claim other people are using my copyright. And it's usually for the same games that keep coming up time and time again. And what it usually just is that I've uploaded a game, say, that has, I don't know, I think one was Gears of War, and it's got like an intro. Before we get to the gameplay, it's got like the intro to the level. And then someone else has just uploaded the intro to the level. Fine. We are just two separate people who have uploaded the introduction to the level. He has not taken, or the other person has not taken my video and uploaded that part of it. They've just, and sometimes, because we're referring to a video from like 12 years ago, the quality, theirs is more recent usually, and so their quality is usually better. So it's obviously they can't have used my video. But all they're doing, they've just uploaded something that's exactly the same in that part. They have not actually copied my video. So when I see those, I don't go around and go, oh, they've ripped me off. I just press the little button that just gets rid of that claim, or that thing where I can then claim on their video, because I can't claim on their video because that would be wrong. And I get loads like that. It's an absolute pain in the arse. Part of the broken system. Did I mention YouTube have a broken system? Anyways, here's the information you filled in. Copyright owner name. So he's used, all I will say is he's used George Cropper as his full legal name, and that's to a government document. What's your authority to make this complaint? Creator. Address, and he gives his address. So it's not in the UK. A lot of people know where the country he lives in. I'm not going to say here, obviously. Then he's got his email. It's a secondary email address, and he's just repeated the first email address twice. Phone number, which is in the country that's not the UK. Then the allegedly infringing video, and the one that claims, basically the one he claims, they claim I've copied his, and where it appears, and so on. Country where copyright applies, and he's used his country abroad. He says, I in good faith state that I am the owner or agent authorised to act on behalf, blah blah blah. So there's the kind of thing that the kind of thing we I read out before when he had to make the declaration before. Another letter, an email, another correspondence from YouTube regarding a request to further confirm the veracity of my claim. Hi Funky Spectrum, we are concerned that your copyright notification may not be valid. So it's that part of that email that they basically say, George Cropper, you're talking out your bum, literally. Does he? I'm not going to just. So yeah, they're telling him to fuck off, basically. Then letters, emails, and other correspondence, and then he replies back and says, "Oh, I think they have." So I've read all this out already. It's just basically him arguing the toss. This is one where I see on this particular video. I mean, it's the same sort of text basically, but this is the one where they have turned round. even to get these copyright strikes, he's had to turn round and justify them. They didn't just take it on day one. They got him to argue the toss about it. But they said, thank you very much for your notification. The content has been removed. You may take back your claim of copyright infringement at any time if you change your mind. Then he says, the uploader has made several videos about me lately, all using content stolen from my channel, which is not covered by fair dealings. They have also sought to defame me, which I've never have. They claim I'm also allegedly stalking them, despite having zero contact with them for years, until they began stealing my content. Well, you started talking about me, and that's why I brought it up with those pictures from 2016, which I showed before, which was that it's a perfectly it's a public photo album, and I've linked it in one of my videos earlier anyway. The one where he's coming up with his alt accounts. So I was made aware of this by viewers who told me what was taking place. This person is attempting to make money using my content as well as defaming me, and attempting to damage my business at the same time, bumfungaming.com, with slander and abuse. So, excuse me, yes, technically you make a few pence on YouTube. You do not make lots of money. Unless you're Metal Jesus with your Patreon and $4,000 a month. But you do not make a lot of money. About in a month I can make an amount for like a one good night out in a month. So yeah, quite a number of nice drinks. You do not, yeah, I can't retire or anything like that. What else is there? So this says other. Oh, there's no other. So I then get the option to respond to the claim. So we go to respond to claim, how we use and store your personal information. This claim contains personal information about you and George Cropper, has provided, for example, your name and address. I don't really care how they use my information. Whether they tell him my address or not, he's hardly going to come round for tea, is he? Respond to claim. I've got to create an account. Good God. Palafaf. So again, I'll have to put gameplay on this. Account created, you can now sign into your account. Oh, thank you. So it's made me, it's registered me, but now I have to, even though I've given it email address and password and verified the email, I still have to log in again. Oh, God. Irritating. Find out if you can make a claim using this service. We'll ask you some questions to check if you can use this service. So it thinks I want to make a claim. I don't. I just want to respond to the claim. Oh God. Continue. It thinks I want to make a claim, and I don't. I'm just responding to his claim. Respond to a money claim. Enter your claim number. Oh, here we go again. Alright, okay, so here we are. Your money claims account. So it's remembered who I am. Good. Such a pain in the ass. Okay, so your money claims account, claims made against you. To view or progress on your case, click your claim number. So I'll click on the claim number. You haven't responded to this claim. You need to respond before 4 PM on Wednesday. Respond to claim. Oh, it's got documents. Can I go back? Documents. Download claim. It's probably let's come up with a claim. Okay, now it's brought up the letter from him. Now, here we go. This is interesting. Again, I'll put gameplay on this. Because it says claimant's name, address, blah, 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 Mr. George Cropper. Well, we know that's not his real name. His address, and he gives a UK address. Again, obviously, I'm not going to say where. So he's in the same claim. He's given one address outside the UK. And anyone who knows him knows where, which country he's in. Obviously, I'm not going to say here. But here he's given an address in the UK. So where does he live? Does he live in that other country, or does he live in the UK? And it's not his real name anyway, so none of this adds up. He's given my name, my address. How we got my address, I don't know. He's a fucking weirdo anyway. Stalkers can get your address. Then it's just a complete carbon copy of everything I've read out already. And then just £150 plus £35 claim fee, and total £885. Declaration. I believe the facts stated in this claim form are true. I understand that proceedings for contempt of court may be brought against anyone who makes or causes to be made a false statement in a document verified by a statement of truth without an honest belief in its truth. That's his statement of truth declaration. Signed, Mr. George Cropper. Even though that's not his name. That's a nice statement of truth, isn't it? Oh, good lord. Right, let's respond to his claim then. By the way, it says Mr. George Cropper versus Mr. Don Robinson. It's hardly Frost versus Nixon, is it? So, respond to claim. Confirm your details. Incomplete. Confirm your details. There we go. I've got to put gameplay over this as well because it's got all my details. Blah blah blah. Put in my date of birth. I'm older than I would like to be. So confirm my details complete. Decide if you need more time to respond. No, I don't need more time. Oh, I could ask for another 2 weeks, but no, let's just get this over and done with. Respond to claim. Choose a response. I admit all of the claim. Oh, find out what how do you respond to the claim? It says. Find out what each response means. Admit all of the claim. Then you have to pay up. Admit part of the claim. You have to pay up. Or you have to contact him and pay the amount you believe you owe. And send the court your part admission. Reject all of the claim. If you reject all of the claim may be transferred to a county court hearing centre. If you reject because you believe you paid the money, he then has 28 days to tell you and the court whether they're proceeding with the claim. If they proceed, the claim may be transferred to a county court hearing centre. If the claim is against you as an individual, the hearing centre will be at the one nearest to your home or business. So basically, he's got to come all the way over from abroad to my hometown, which he's not going to do. If the claimant is an individual and the claim is against you as an organisation, the hearing centre will be nearest one to their home or business. Well, I'm far away from where he claims to live in the UK, and he's obviously far away as well because he doesn't live in the UK. So, I admit all of the claim, I admit part of the claim, I reject all of the claim. I reject all of the claim where it says you either pay what you believe or you owe or you reject the claim. So I reject all of the claim. It says I dispute all of the claim. Right, there's 3 options. I paid what I believe I owe. I dispute all of the claim, or I dispute the claim and want to make a counterclaim. I'm not going to bother with a counterclaim. I can't be asked. Just get this over and done with. I dispute all of the claim. Do I get to say why? Oh, tell us why you disagree with the claim. If you fail to dispute any parts of the claim, the court may assume you admit it. You should also say if you accept any parts of the claim, don't give us a detailed timeline. We'll ask for that separately. So I've said, hi, in response to George Cropper's allegations of copyright claims and defamation, YouTube looked into all these allegations and turned them all down. 2 of the links, the first 2 in your letter, came through as copyright strikes, but they were false because my videos are fair use. I counted them, and when he received the count of notifications of these, he had 2 weeks to respond. He did not, so these strikes, I spelt these as they. These strikes were thrown out. I can provide proof of their emails if required. Also, how does he arrive at the amount of £150? He does not say. However, since YouTube threw out any claims for copyright and or defamation, he has no case whatsoever. I never received any copyright notice to which he refers on August 29, 2022, so that is a lie on his part. It says your response will be sent to Mr. George Cropper. In fact, at this point, I will also add, and I will not read this out. Well, I'll read out part of it. Also, his name is not George Cropper, but, and I won't say here, so he has made a false legal statement in bad faith and therefore has broken your terms and conditions and the law. So, your response will be sent to Mr. George Cropper, or what his real name is. Yeah. So let's just then save and continue. Add your timeline of events. Oh, So I'm going to go into detail about my timeline of events. Oh, okay. So, right. Okay, so adding my timeline of events, we see his timeline, then we get to mine. So I put on mine, I filled it all in now. 19th of October, I got the first copyright strike. 20th of October, that was the second copyright strike. Yeah, I received an email saying that he tried to issue a copyright strike for the video. I think that was the third one I mentioned. That was immediately thrown out by YouTube because I didn't agree with him because it was fair use. 21st of October, so these are on consecutive days. I got my second copyright strike that's been put into effect. In both cases, I submitted a counter notification. Then 28th of October, this was the one where I received an email from YouTube saying he tried to claim copyright abuse for the thumbnail in this video, and YouTube threw it out immediately. So that was the fourth link I gave, which was the one where it was just his face on the video. 2nd of November, YouTube confirmed that George had not responded to the false copyright claim I received on 19th of October and threw out his claim. And I included the link below for that. So that was the first copyright strike. Then I've got a corrected date on something. 7th of November. So 2nd of November they told him where to go with the first strike, and then 7th of November, YouTube confirmed that George had not responded to the false copyright claim I received on 21st of October and threw out his claim. So there we go. And then I've just said again, I think I did put this before, I've kind of lost track in all the excitement. Just repeating all my stuff about how he's just talking out of his fucking ass, basically. And now YouTube's thrown out everything he's tried to throw at me, and I've stated what his real name is. So he's made a false legal statement in bad faith and therefore has broken your terms and conditions and the law. Save and continue. So I've got my list your evidence. Tell us about any evidence you wish to provide. You do not need to send us any evidence now, and if the case goes to court, a court hearing and is not settled, you will need to provide evidence. Letters, emails, and other correspondence. I'm just going to put I've had several emails, as already described. If I need to provide them, I will print them out. Do I need to just copy them here? Is that really necessary? I don't think so. Actually, tell you what, I will submit the information. So what I'm going to do first of all, again, I think there'll be gameplay in the background for this as well. 19th of October. I think that's the first video. Then letters and emails and other correspondence. 20th of November, no, October. God, brain's gone. That's the one where they threw it out. Copyright strike, they threw it out. Then letters, emails and correspondence. 21st of October. There's so many bloody emails open, it's just bloody annoying. So I'm just copying the email from YouTube on the 21st of October about them issuing the second copyright strike that took effect. Then what's the next thing? Oh, the one on the 28th of October. We received the copyright infringement notification. We did not plan to review your videos, etc. So 28th October. Right, so that's that sorted. Add more evidence. 2nd Just find the email from the 2nd of November. So 2nd of November. So it's just basically proving that they're thrown out is bullshit. Saying we've completed processing your counter notification and the videos have been restored. So I've done that for the 2nd of November, and I also need it for the 7th of November. Yeah. Add more evidence. Letters, emails, and other bullshit of his. There we go. So I've put everything I've just talked about, him throwing strikes, YouTube basically throwing everything out. That's all done and dusted. Save and continue. What else have we got to do? Resolving the claim. Free telephone mediation. Load of crap to read out. Do I want to do a free telephone mediation? A trained neutral mediator will listen to your views and help you negotiate a settlement of your dispute. Mediation can be quicker, cheaper and less stressful than going to court. Mediation is confidential and nothing said in the mediation can be used in court proceedings if the dispute cannot be settled. The mediator speaks to each party separately, so it's not a conference call. The claimant must agree to mediation. We'll contact you within 28 days after the claimant's confirmation to arrange a free appointment. Your mediation appointment will last for no more than an hour. Reaching a settlement. If mediation is successful, you will make a verbal agreement over the phone. This is legally binding, which means you must comply with it. You will be given the terms of agreement in a document. This is called the settlement agreement. If either party breaks the terms and conditions, it breaks the terms, that the other party can go to court to ask for a judgment or hearing. Sorry, if either party breaks the terms, the other party, they've not put commas in this thing. If either party breaks the terms, the other party can go to court to ask for a judgment or hearing. If mediation fails and a court hearing is needed, what happened during the mediation appointment cannot be mentioned in court. So, yeah, I think it's if I did break his copyright or whatever. So it gives me an option to continue, or do I do not agree to free mediation? I may as well put. So I said I'll do this free telephone mediation if need be. Your hearing requirements. Give us details in case there's a hearing. Determination without hearing questions. Do you consider that this claim is suitable for defamation without a hearing, i.e. by a judge reading and considering the papers, witness statements and other documents filed by the parties, making a decision and giving a note of reasons for that decision? So it's suitable for I don't understand what it means. Do you consider this claim is suitable for determination without a hearing? So can they just go ahead, basically? So, yeah, they can just go ahead. Click on that. Select any support you require for a court hearing. Disable access, hearing loop, sign language interpreter, other support. Don't need any of that. Do you want to choose my local court? I'll say yes. It's not going to come to that anyway. Using an expert. It's rare for a judge to allow you to use an expert in a small claim. Most small claims don't need an expert. An expert is not a legal representative. Continue without an expert. How much longer is this going to go? Do you want to give evidence? This could be providing written evidence or speaking at the hearing in court. Yeah, why not? Do you want other people to give evidence? This could be anyone who confirms your version of events. No, that's not required. Vulnerability questions. Do you believe You or a witness who will give evidence are vulnerable in any way which the court needs to consider. I'm not vulnerable, no. Are there any dates in the next 9 months when you or your witnesses can't go to a hearing? No. Not that I know of offhand. Submit, check and submit your response. Equality and diversity questions. Oh, go away. Can we bother with all that crap? So it's just got all my details, everything I've put in, why I disagree with it and so on. Everything which I've just explained in this video. And yeah, I think it's just time to submit. I believe the facts stated in this response are true. I understand the proceedings for contempt of court may be brought against anyone who makes or causes to be made a full statement in a document verified by a statement of truth without an honest belief in its truth. So again, the same sort of statement of truth he did, which he just wasn't truthful about. The hearing requirement details on this page are true to the best of my knowledge. Submit response. Come on. You submitted your response, claim number, etc. Today's date. We've emailed Mr. George Cropper your response explaining why you reject the claim. What happens next? We'll contact you when Mr. Cropper responds and tells you what to do next. If he accepts your response, the claim will be ended. If he rejects your response, we'll agree to try mediation. We'll contact you to arrange a call with the mediator. If they reject mediation, the court will review the case. You might have to go to a hearing. Settle out of court. You can still settle the claim out of court. For example, you could offer to repair goods you sold or suggest a payment. If he accepts the offer, yeah, we don't have to go to court, basically. What did you think of this service? Opens in a new window? No, I will not bother with all that shit. So there we go. That's that all done. Now, as I've got to the end of this, I'm just thinking I was going to post this up ASAP, but I think I'll just get the video together and then I'll do it after we've come through the end of all this bullshit. Because otherwise he'll probably say, "Oh yeah, let's go to court," and then Dom's made this video about me while this thing is still going on. So I'm going to wait until we're all dealt with that, and then I'll post this video. So there we go. That's all for now. Okay, so watching back my video, I realised I did accidentally agree to the free telephone mediation, but I didn't want to do that, and so I told the court in emails that I said no to this, because that's what I thought I originally put. So just a bit of a summary, because this has taken ages to get through the court system. Nothing quick ever happens, sort of nothing ever happens quickly in the UK, apart from the change in the weather. So I contacted them. I got an email back in late January. It says, "Good afternoon. With regards to the query, I've checked the case file. I can see a defence was filed on the 15th of November 2022, which then the claimant rejected. Both parties did agree to a mediation appointment, and this was booked for 10th of January. However, the mediation team have marked the case on the 21st of December, advising that the defendant advised that they need to read all the previous emails, to which they responded that mediation, and then they responded, mediation do not see any emails sent to the court." So that was no good. I wanted them to see everything, because it proved that he was just making all this shit up. Mediation responded, asking them to confirm if, basically if I want to keep the mediation appointment. But yeah, I just said I wanted to cancel that. And then it was transferred. It took a bit of time to get proper clarification on this. So I was told 23rd of, maybe it was just after, 23rd of January, the case was transferred out to my local court with the following notice. Reason for the transfer. Parties seek determination without a hearing. Comments. Transferred to enable consideration to be given to whether paper determination is appropriate. Additionally, please see the nature of the claim. Inappropriate for money claims, ? This is the last note on the case, and for any future queries, the defendant would need to contact the owning court directly. Please find the following contact details. Well, yeah, I just wanted to know, they just said it's been transferred to the court, and then I never heard anything. And then it was like going into February, and then and then finally March before I actually had confirmation. Because the emails from this court service system are just so nondescript, it's ridiculous. But anyway, the final upshot was, please see below the last email that was sent in relation to this claim. Since the email was sent, the claim was marked as being settled and as such is now closed. No further action is required from either party. So that email came in mid-February. And I kind of didn't quite get it, because I said the emails are just nondescript, but I had to but I eventually got hold of them again because they take forever to reply as well. It was mid-March before I actually got a proper reply saying, further to your inquiry with the above case, I confirm the action has now been withdrawn. No further action will be taken, and the file has been moved to our dead filing. So it's completely over. So he tried to sue me for £150, very nondescript, random amount, and plus he obviously he's not got his £150. He will have lost the £30 admin charge that you have to pay in order to register a case with money claim online. If he'd won, for example, then I would have had to pay the £150. He would have had to say what the £150 is for exactly, and break it down. But and then I would have to pay his £30 on top of that. But yeah, I didn't, because it's not happened. So that's everything. I am very tired. So there will be a lot of gameplay on this video. Just yeah, just because there's no point putting emails up on screen. I know like Ninja Kitty would copy all the text and put it specifically on screen, so it's all so you can read through it as you go. But I know, especially when I watch like those Amico videos of his, and I know when people watch my videos, a lot of people just listen to them. They don't necessarily see the text on screen, so there's no point putting loads and loads of effort into transferring text and images on screen just to hide my email address and so on, and the email addresses of the other people involved, from the court, for example, because no one's going to be looking at the screen. You can just listen to this, and Bob's your uncle. So, but that's it. He's tried to throw the copyright strikes. They're gone. He's tried to sue me, and all that's gone. He is a failure. He's an absolute failure. A failure in everything. He's just a piece of shit, he really is. And anyone who sides with him is an absolute fucking cunt. They really are. They need their fucking head read. Anyway, so hopefully that's the end of it from this lunatic. Nothing else to say. In the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends. Oh yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, of course. Let me know. Yeah, good brain's gone. It's too late. Yeah, in the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends. Oh, brain's gone. Right, start again. Please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all notifications. Cue Genesis.